ProRes RAW and BlackMagic Braw are paid upgrades for the Nikon Z6. It requires you to send in your camera to Nikon to have such ability enabled. Welcome the Atomos Ninja V, which is able to record ProRes RAW, and the BlackMagic Video Assist 12G, which captures RAW files. Both coders are now native outputs of the Nikon Z6 via the HDMI ports. As of today, DaVinci Resolve 17 is in its beta version, yet is still available for free if you wish to use it. The full version, when available, will be $295 and it comes with a speech editor. Before I forget, this is not a digital purchase. It will be shipped to you along with the speech editor if you choose to buy it from B&H. So, if you want the full version, you're just going to have to wait for it. I'm not an expert in this NLE, so I would highly recommend you watch a video about this editor with somebody else that's more in tune with it. But I do want to thank Will Stewart for helping me understand this software and the various steps about it, because if without him I wouldn't be able to achieve my purpose here today. Here's a chart I made about the advantages of BlackMagic RAW and ProRes RAW. As you can see, both RAW NLEs, Resolve and Final Cut Pro, do a really good job at attending their native coders in Mac and PC, but mostly favoring Macs. That's because you can run Final Cut Pro and Resolve on Mac, whereas if you're on PC, you have to use Premiere if you want to work on ProRes RAW. Regardless, both companies offer you plugins to work in Premiere, but it's limited and not the same experience. BlackMagic RAW gives you great compression ratios from the test I've done. There doesn't seem to be much loss in details or tones when using continuous quality Q0 or continuous bitrate 12:1. It looks good across them all, at least in daytime. ProRes RAW, on the other hand, does not compress its files as much, but they are still manageable regardless of the size. It only has two versions, ProRes RAW HQ and compressed ProRes RAW. The colors are awesome and it plays very easy on Mac or PC, and by PC I mean Premiere. In Premiere, it is the best of both worlds. You can call it a hybrid NLE. It will work with both files as long as you install their individual plugins. You will be able to work with both files on the same timeline if you wish. But this task takes a beating on Premiere all the time. Thus far, I haven't been able to work headache-free with B-RAW and ProRes RAW together, nor Braw on its own. Every time I import the files to the Premiere project, I have to do it in batch. Import the files, let it load and close the program, restart it, and hope it's able to read the B-RAW files. Otherwise, the process repeats itself. Braw Exposure doesn't want to work with Premiere when it's first imported. I've also had the pleasure of experiencing the blue screen of death a couple of times, as well as to have to restart the program and re-render everything before export. BlackMagic RAW throws tantrums in Premiere. It's like a kid on timeout, but when it doesn't, it's beautiful. On the other hand, the Atomos Ninja V with ProRes RAW, you would say it's a winner with Premiere. And I would argue, mostly. You see, it's always playing catch up with Final Cut Pro, and sometimes the timeline stalls when working on it, but a restart of Premiere and it works just fine again. Yet if I was to say which one works better with Premiere, I would say ProRes RAW. It works within 90% of the time without any headaches. The Ninja V is a compact and straight to the point device, but I always thought it would be better if it had a 7-inch screen. The Video Assist 12G 7-inch version is awesome, extremely bright screen, and 2.5 times brighter than the Atomos. The only problem is that it's also more than twice as heavy. The Atomos Ninja V comes in at 364 grams, and the Video Assist 12G 7-inch version is 819 grams. That's a big difference. Then you add the batteries, and you have something that is way over 1 kilogram. That's a hefty rig, but it's also due to the quality build. If we overlook the weight, I would say that the Video Assist 12G surpasses the Ninja V in quality, peripheral availability, and storage options. You will be transferring large amounts of data, and that transfer rate thus far nowhere compares to an SSD. The attachment of an SSD to the Video Assist isn't easy, nor is the connection placed in an adequate place. The Ninja V has a 5-inch screen with brightness of 1000 nits. It's nice, compact, and very responsive to all the input touches, but it has a yellowish tint when monitoring in Rec 709. Atomos does have it up on their site as a known issue. The Video Assist 12G comes with two screen versions, the 5-inch and the 7-inch. Since I have the 7-inch, let's talk about the 7. It's super bright and at 2500 nits and equally as responsive to the touch. Just like the Ninja V, it also suffers from discoloration. In BlackMagic RAW capture mode, the screen turns a bit reddish, and just like the Ninja, what you see is what you capture, and that tint is captured in both monitors when recording. The other issue with both recorders is batteries. I haven't been able to find a good NPF battery that can handle the drain from these devices. One NPF 975 battery lasts me thus far 15 minutes in record mode or live view mode. The Ninja V does better with the 975, it can handle about 30 minutes. From what I've showed you guys, it is not as simple as saying this one device is better than the other one, or vice versa. Both recorders aren't perfect, but if you choose one, you will learn to love it. Choose both best run Mac with native NLEs. If you choose Premiere, then you choose ProRes RAW. Otherwise, you're in for a ride.